Yeah, g'day guys, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Jim, and today we're going to be in the workshop. We've got a little welding job for AMC Restorations. They want another engine stand, but something a little bit different. It's more a transport frame, you could say, not a stand, but we'll get into it in the workshop. Let's go. So this is the engine I've got to make a stand for, upside down V8. See the little pistons under there? Without a crank. It's a AMC 343, I think. It says on here somewhere. Of course, it's under the engine mount. You can't really see it. 343. So it's just a mock-up block. So I can make these stands. It's upside down at the moment, so all I got to do is take off that engine mount, or that actual bracket, and so I can bolt straight onto where these bolts are just here. So if I bolt straight onto there and put a couple of short risers, same with this side, short riser, and then a big rail that goes all the way from front to back, and then just one across, just so it can be transported. You know, like a freshly rebuilt engine, and it'll be all freshly painted and look really tidy. So the other engine stands that I made, they just sort of rest on these, on the sump here, in a couple of spots, and it's not really designed for transport. They're only designed for display. When I made a bunch of those for AMC Restorations, just have a click on that link up there and that'll go straight to that. But keep watching this one because it's not going to be very long, and we'll make a little frame for these, and then Gary from AMC Restorations can transport them without any issues, and they'll have tie down points and things like that. So just got to make something durable and something that works. So let's get into it. Here we go. Okay, so you saw me tack all that frame there together. I've put the engine crane, good old engine crane on it, and just supported the front so I could undo the rear bolts. These rear bolts off the engine stand, just so I can mount off this back edge here. So I've made up these bits of RHS and with a piece of angle iron and a hole drilled in it. So I can just slide it over there like that, because that's the diameter of what the dowel would be. That's just a piece of brass rod just sitting in there. If you have a look at the hole, the bolt hole itself is smaller. So that piece of brass rod is just a indicator. So, but they're on a slight lean, but that's okay. So I can now tack that into place, and then when the engine gets transported, it'll just have the dowel and a couple of short bolts just to hold it in there. So it'll be super stable. The only downside with this Mark 1, we'll go with Mark 1, that it's you can't put the transmission on the rear end here and transport it. So that might be a upgrade model from down the track. But it just wants it sort of quick and able to move an engine, and this is going to be the quickest way. So there's plenty of clearance under the sump there, so even if he has a modified sump or something, it'll still fit, no trouble. So let's just tack those all into place, and then I can take it off and fully weld it, and then give it a little bit of paint. I'm going to drill a few holes in here. So if you imagine this upside down, that we can drill all the way through, and if need be to bolt it onto a pallet, or bolt it through a pallet if it really needs to be. So we'll do that as well, and might weld a couple of lugs on it or something to strap it down if it's just sitting in the back of a tray or a ute or something. So anyway, let's keep tacking, and I'll do some welding. Here we go. So we're all welded up and all painted. All the holes are drilled. It's all ground off. I've even put a couple of rubber pads there, because if it's a nice fancy looking engine, it's all been painted, that won't scratch it there, because that'd be the only close point other than where it bolts on to these two flat bits. So I've put really big holes in there so you can either get a socket or a spanner or something down in there, and you could also use that as if you wanted to put a hook in there as a tie down. They're all sort of able to be bolted down to a pallet, so plenty big enough, plenty of room, and should be very, very stable, which is the whole point for transport on these things, because it could be like a $20,000 race engine that sits on there, so don't want to do things by halves. So let's get this into the ute, and I'll take it up to Garry at AMC Restorations and see if he likes it. Here we go. So here we are up at AMC Restorations. Yes, we've got a few cars in the yard, and they're all in bits. Anyway, so the transport frame, it's fits perfectly. We didn't have to alter anything at all, which was really good. And Gary's exceptionally happy with the result. So now he can ship them to clients and to the engine rebuilders and things like that. So Garry, thanks for letting me do the job for you. What are your thoughts on the engine stand?
No, it looks perfect, mate. Nice and solid, definitely. See the tie down points on there, absolutely fantastic, mate. That's going to be great whenever it goes into either the back of a ute or on a trailer. No, perfect job again, mate. Really appreciate that. Thank you.
No worries, mate. Happy to help.
Yep, fantastic stuff. Doing stuff.
Doing stuff. So how many more you want this time?
Well, let's start with, we'll go with 5 to start with, if you reckon.
Oh, you're killing me.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, it fits the brief perfectly for what I was asking for. Much appreciated.
No worries, buddy. So how far are these things got to transport, Garry?
We'll end up transporting these things around the country once we get up and running properly.
Okay.
With rebuilt engines, etc., etc.
Yep.
For the moment, the main purpose will be between Queensland and New South Wales.
Okay. Oh, to Steve's place.
To Steve at AMC Rambler Spares.
Ah, okay. I'll put the link to his Facebook page down below. So as well as Gary's for AMC Restorations Australia. There you go, guys, that's the end of the video for today. As always, hop out in the shed and get doing stuff, and thanks for watching as always. So if there's anything that you like me to try and build, not just for Garry, he loves me doing lots of work for him, but so guys, if you like this video, give us a bit of love, a bit of a click down there on the like button, and if you like this style of videos, subscribe, that'd be awesome, and click the little bell so you'll always catch up with all the latest videos that I do. I generally do one video a week, so it's always nice to catch up to them. Anyway guys, see you later, Bye.